So we are standing out here in front of beautiful Kingston Stadium talking with my new friend Randy. Randy, how are you today?
I'm fabulous, thank you.
That's wonderful. I want to first of all thank you for your courage in talking about this on camera and sharing this with the people. I was told that you were affected, or your family member was affected by a suicidal attempt. Is that correct?
Yes, I have a younger brother that ended his life when he was 13 years old.
And the hard part of that is that you didn't actually really know him that well.
No, he was. My parents weren't married when I was born, and they decided to give me away. And I was raised by a different family. They ultimately got married the next year and had 3 boys after me. And so I knew nothing about that family until about 30 years later. But what I found out was very, very troubling, very horrifying in terms of how that family reacted to that situation. My father, my birth father, was very charming, very talented.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, got it.
Got it. Good. Go ahead.
Very charming, very talented, but his kids were never good enough. Nothing they did was good enough. So 2 of the children, the oldest and the youngest, never tried to compete or do anything with their father. The youngest, the middle child, Paul, was the golden boy. Everything he did was good. He was a great athlete. He was a good student. But one day, the younger brother came home and found him dead in his closet. And one of the saddest part about it, I mean, aside from the tragedy of the death, is that Steve, who found his brother, was never the same. He was forever damaged. He was. I couldn't say it any other way than he was damaged. He was not the same. He couldn't, and he got no solace from his family. The family never talked about it. They never talked to any church people. In fact, the older brother, Jim, who was 1 year younger than I, never knew his brother committed suicide.
Oh, wow.
He didn't know. They never talked about it. He assumed it was an accident, but nobody spoke about it at all. And when I finally met my birth mother some 30 years later, she told me that at first she was showing me pictures of the boys, and then she talked about Steve and Jim, who are the older and the younger. And then at the end she said, well, they say Paul killed himself, but I never believed that.
So there's a lot of denial still to this day about it.
Terrible denial. And in fact, I met my birth mother, I met Jim later. And sometime after I met Jim, he called me one day and he said, Randy, did you know that Paul committed suicide? And I said, yeah, I did. He says, I just found out.
Oh, no.
His brother, Steve, who had left the family, ran away as far as he could. They lived in Kansas City. As far as he could in the coastal U.S., he moved to California by himself and lived out there where he had a ne'er-do-well life, had a sad life, a life of addiction. But his parents would give him a plane ticket every once in a while to come back and celebrate Thanksgiving or something with the family. Right. And he came back, and he and Jim spent some time in the garage talking about the past, and Steve talked about how damaged he was upon finding his brother had committed suicide. And Jim said, what?
Unfortunate.
So, yeah, just lack of communication has just been a hallmark of that family and a hallmark of the wounds that they all carry as a result of that.
So you think that potentially having someone to talk to, someone to outreach to, someone to feel like you're supported by, even if it was someone kind of strangerish, would have been a good thing for people?
Absolutely.
Just been able to reach out and say, I'm feeling this way.
Absolutely. Having somebody to talk about their feelings, about what's going on and what it means to them, how they're reacting. Yes, it does. I mean, a great. It should have been the family members,
Yeah.
but it should have been somebody else also, right?
Yeah.
There should have been somebody outside that was professionally counseling them and helping them through that.
So you said that you were given up for adoption. When did you find out about that, about for yourself? That
Oh, I always knew my mother, my adoptive mother always told me. I don't remember her telling me at any one particular time, but I always knew that I was adopted.
Yeah.
And she always told me that if you ever want to find out about your family, I'd be glad to help you or do anything I can to help you.
So it sounds like you got adopted into a great family. Like they were there for you.
My brother Jim said that I was the lucky one.
Yeah.
Even though my adoptive parents divorced when I was 7 years old, I always knew my mother loved me unconditionally.
Yeah.
And that got me through a lot. And I could talk with her, but I always knew something was different from me and
Right.
her. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't really have the need to find more about that until after my daughter was born.
Which actually is kind of an incredible thing if you think about it, because you had someone who wanted you there. Like they actually just picked you and said, "We want you to be part of our family."
Yes.
That's a tremendous, tremendous honor.
Yes, it was a great blessing and a great gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, what are some of the things that you think would help people, like reaching out and talking to somebody?
Talking about feelings, talking
Yeah.
about what's going on, what questions that you have, no matter how stupid or silly they may seem, they may lead to something that's really important.
Yeah.
Talking about emotions, it's hard.
Especially for guys, because we're told to swallow that.
Right.
stuff. We're
We
supposed to
swallow.
bury it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Right. I mean, I didn't cry when my dad died, when my adoptive father died. I mean, I just didn't. And yeah, it was difficult to express emotions, and somebody has to give you an outlet to
Yeah.
do that, a safe place. It's you need a safe place to be able to do that.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, can I just tell you how grateful I am that you came and shared your story with us? And is there something you'd like to say to someone who may be struggling right now?
Oh, just you're worthy. You're good. You're a good person. You have many good things about you, and it's hard to recognize it sometimes. But there are others that care for you and that want to help you. And reaching out for that hand, you're reaching out to help them, and asking for help is a help for them, because they're able to reach out, and it helps them to be able to know that they can do something for you. So reach out, ask, help.
That first step's always the hardest.
It
Yeah.
is. It is.
And if you don't know who would reach out, you can always call 988 on your phone 24/7. There's someone available to talk to you right away. So thank you again so much. I really do appreciate
Yeah,
you.
no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great. Okay.